Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on the HermitCraft Feed the Beast server. Yeah, we got some stuff that I want to do today. Look at that, 683. Oh no, Corellis crashed. 683 stacks of gold. Yeah, this stuff is collecting up real nicely now. Alright, so the first thing that I want to do today, let's head over to spawn real quick. There's an item I want to make, and as you can see, it's raining, and that is becoming a problem. Actually, it's been a problem for a while, and there's something that I want to do to try and fix that. So I think what I need to do, actually, let's go into here. I need my minium stone, and we're going to do some cheaty diamond action. So I think we're going to need to do 4 of these. 4. Yep. There's 4 diamonds, and I threw the minium stone on the ground like a boss. Okay, so I want to put diamond. Oops, we're going to stick that in this inventory here, and then we need glass, and a sturdy casing. Oop, why is this not working? Does this need power for it to show up? Water, sturdy casing. Well, hold on a second. Let's see what we got here. Why is this not oh, that's right. No. Okay, so it's diamond, sturdy casing. Right, so there's no glass in this. I got the recipes backwards. So do this. There we go. Now I can make my hardened casing. Yes, we are going to make a rainmaker. I've finally got enough bees and all of the materials necessary to make dissipation charges, which means I can turn the rain off, which is awesome. That's something that I've been wanting to do for forever. Okay, so now we got this guy, and we have the glass, and we have this tin gears. I think we can just do it this way now. Hopefully I don't fail at the recipe again. If we get these in the right spot. 10. Rainmaker. Awesome. Okay. So hopefully the rain keeps up and we can try this for the very first time. I've never done this before. Let's head... Can I get up the little ledge, please? Let's head over to my bee area, because over here I have the dissipation charges. I have little cans. And I know Corellis said something to me a moment ago. I didn't really read the chat. I'm going to have to check that in a moment. But yeah, over here, if we get some of these dissipation charges, I don't know, does this have to be outside, or can I just do this like right here? Will that be enough? I can't click on it. Do I just do that? Okay, so I just right clicked on it with the dissipation charge, and it did something. Is that going to kill the rain? Is that all you got to do? Because it sure looks like it's still raining. Maybe it does have to be exposed to the air above. Let's try that. Let me move this outside. Okay, so if we stick... Oh, wait. No, okay. I thought the rain was going away. I was just flying up higher, so the rain sound was lower. Let's try sticking it here, and let's try it again. Okay, so now it's directly in the air. And... is the rain still not going to go away? Is this thing broken? Why is this thing not working? So these are dissipation charges. I wonder if it's a random chance now. If I guess we can keep doing this. That is so weird. Why is that not working? I could have sworn that the whole purpose of the rainmaker and these dissipation charges was to turn off the rain. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. Okay, well, I guess we will scrap this idea. Oh, man. I was so hoping to be able to turn the rain off, but it looks like it's working. It looks like it's doing something, but it just isn't. That is so odd. Let me stick this guy here. We will stick this here. And as you can see, I have some alvearies here. Yep, that is right. I finally got the bees together that is necessary to upgrade all of my apiaries, all these little guys over here, to these big bad boys here. These are alvearies. These are the same thing as the apiaries, except obviously they're much larger. But some cool things about the alvearies is that supposedly they produce combs and the things that the bees make 30% faster than regular apiary. So that means, you know, one single bee, or I guess one queen and drones or whatever, can produce way more than one of these guys up here. And that's just by itself. That's without adding a frame. I'm not really sure. Oh, the rain finally stopped. Thank you. I'm not really sure how much a frame increases these things, but yeah, as you can see, we have an industrious queen here and a bunch of industrious drones. I have this automatically looping back and forth, similar to the setup that I have here. We have an apiarist pipe, and it just kind of, any bees will go through the blue connection and back up into the hive. If there's no room for bees up in there, they get redirected down into this chest. Same kind of a setup I have here, although it's kind of hidden and hard to see. But as you can see here, we do have industrious drones. We have combs. We just got a new one here. And we have pollen. This is what's allowing us to actually create these apiary blocks. Well, I guess it's more than the pollen itself. In order to do this, we need imperial bees as well. You see they're all sparkly. That means that they're at the end of the line, the end of their branch. These are the top end bees. So we need a combination of the industrious and the imperial. These imperial bees, I got more of them working over here. These guys, as you can see the little swirlies around me, they give me a regen effect, but also they produce this royal jelly. Now this royal jelly in combination with that pollen is what we need to make the alveary block. So let's take a look at what it takes to make one of these alveary blocks. As you can see, this is a 3x3 structure. I'm sorry, it's 3x3x3. So you need 27 alveary blocks in order to make an alveary. Let's take a look at the recipe to make one of those. So you need a carpenter, and it takes 1 piece of royal jelly, it takes 1 piece of pollen, 2 pieces of beeswax, and 3 planks. I think it can be any type of wood. I don't think it really matters if it's oak or jungle or whatever. So we need all of this, plus you need honey. Now, in order to get the honey, you have to use a centrifuge on the honeycombs, and you get these little, what are they called, honey drops. You put the honey drops in a squeezer, just like this, and it produces liquid honey. You get a % chance of getting propolis also when you squeeze honey. So I've been getting a lot of this propolis. This is what you have to use for the stained glass. So that's good. Get a little bit of that as a bonus. So we have the liquid honey being pumped by this liquid duct into the carpenter, and the carpenter is using the honey as its liquid. So with all of these materials and the honey, we make one scented paneling. In fact, let me come over here and fill this up. I think the only thing we're lacking right now is some wooden planks. And let's just take a look at this thing working. So we put these planks in here. I can fill up the rest of these so we can automatically get some more panelings going. But as you can see, this is kind of slow to go, and it takes maybe 15 seconds per panel. And in order to make an alveary block, you need 8 of these panels. So the recipe is 8 of those panels and an impregnated casing, the panels surrounding the impregnated casing. Now, in order to make these impregnated casings, you need another carpenter. You need 8 oak, well, I guess any type of logs, actually. So 8 logs in a circle like this, like you're making a chest, I guess. That makes you the impregnated casing, but you also need seed oil. Now, we've talked about this in the past. You can use regular seeds and they give you a little bit of oil. But what I did is I did the tree breeding while I was breeding my bees, and I have got walnuts. And the walnuts, I'm sorry, not walnuts, chestnuts. These chestnuts produce so much seed oil, it is ridiculous. But same idea. The chestnuts go into a squeezer. The squeezer squeezes them, makes seed oil, and you get mulch as a byproduct. I have the seed oil going into this tank just for extra storage, and it's also going into this carpenter. So seed oil and 8 logs make one impregnated casing. Okay. So all of this stuff plus one of those, you need 8 of these, one of those makes one alveary block. And remember, we need 27 of them to make one alveary. So there's quite a lot of stuff that goes into each one of these things. not cheap. Takes a lot of time, takes a lot of resources and power and all this other stuff. So that's great. I got all this stuff set up, so it's not a big deal. It's pretty much automatic. Not really automatic, but I mean, we're making all these stuff at a pretty good rate. So I can take these scented panelings, and then we can go ahead and craft our ALVEARY blocks. So we can just stick those in here. I'm just using a project table just to make this simple. Just put in some of these casings, some of these scented panelings, set your recipe, and bam, you can make a bunch of these things. So that's great. There's 15. And as you can see up here, I got just over 3 stacks of them. So yeah, what I'd like to do is make a whole bunch of these ALVEARYs. I think I'm going to replace all of my apiaries with these guys eventually. So that means I need a lot of wood. Luckily, I got 609 stacks of oak logs here, oak wood. And we have all of the chestnuts. I can always grow more chestnut trees and get some more chestnuts if I need them. But yeah, I've got 62 stacks of these guys here, so that also isn't an issue at all. Yeah. So I'm still running off of these 3 biogas engines. These are running off of biomass. This biomass is being produced over at the tree farm. And, you know, I think I really want to retire the tree farm. Actually, before I go up there, yeah. As I shown before, I have these oily bees here, and these guys produce oily combs, which means every time I get an oily comb, I can put it into a centrifuge and get an oily propolis. I think they nerfed it. I think it's now a 60% chance every time you centrifuge one of those oily combs that you get an oily propolis. But each oily propolis gives you half a bucket, I believe, half a bucket of oil. And that oil can be refined into fuel, and the fuel can be put into like a steam boiler or something. So yeah, I think that's where I want to go with my fuel supply. Also, I have these distilled bees. Where are they? Come here. Yeah. I have distilled bees here. And these guys used to produce way faster than the oily ones. I think they were producing a comb every 5 minutes. And the oily bees would do an oily comb every 15. But I believe that the distilled were nerfed, and now they both do every 15 minutes. Difference is the oily bees only do, the distilled bees only do the oily combs, whereas the oily bees do the oily comb and these ancient combs. I don't really need these. These produce just wax and honey. There's really no point. They have so much combs, so much wax, so much honey. I don't really need all those extra bees. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is just using these distilled bees, even though they're not technically any better, just because they don't produce the extra combs and things that I don't really need. But yeah, I think what I want to do is set up some ALVEARYs with these guys in it, producing a bunch of oily combs, and I want to set up some kind of automatic way that we can get that oil out of the combs, squeeze it, refine it, and probably repurpose all of the steam boilers that I have at the tree farm. I want to remove those steam boilers. I want to remove the tree farms, and I want to hook it up so the bees are going to be populating, I guess, powering all of the bee stuff. So the bee stuff is going to be all self-sustaining. As you can see down here, saplings are going down. I've cranked on all of my fermenters down there, and actually this is a problem. I just saw right now that we are out of out of this fertilizer. This is another problem. I have run out of mulch. I think I talked about that before. So I've kind of switched over to this fertilizer. This is the stuff that you have to make out of apatite and sand. And you can use this to ferment saplings just the same. So I've been doing this, going through my supply. You can see I got 580 stacks of it. I'm not really short on the stuff, but yeah, it's the fact that this is really a non-renewable resource you have to mine for. There's no other way to get it. Well, actually, that is not true. There is a way that you can get it by making saltpeter out of gunpowder, I think. There's some weird way that you can do that. I've looked it up before, but it is really a pain in the butt. As far as making the saplings and keeping all this running, there's still the problem that I have to provide it with dirt. There's no way around this. It needs dirt. The tree farm takes the dirt, turns it into the humus, and then every time a tree grows, the humus turns into sand. So the tree farm requires the non-renewable dirt. Well, I guess there is ways to make dirt. Don't say that there isn't, or that there is a way to do it. I mean, I know there is. But it requires the non-renewable fertilizer for the farm itself. I can't use anything else besides this. And it's just, yeah, it's becoming a pain in the butt. I don't really want to keep, having to mess with this all the time. If I can set up the bees, and the bees will just automatically make the oily combs, there's no extra stuff that I have to put into it. The only thing I got to do is get, the refinery set up and the steam boilers going, and everything else will take care of itself. So these guys, yeah, these have been running up biofuel for a while, powering all of these industrial steam engines. And I think I'm going to, like I said, tear all this stuff out, turn the tree farms off, repurpose these steam boilers, probably move them over to the bee area itself, and have my bee things, all of the centrifuges, all of, the carpenters, and everything else that I have that requires MG power, have that run off of these steam boilers. Currently I'm making way more steam than I need. I think I'm only running like 25 steam engines here. I can't remember, but I could hook up a total of, what was it, like 36 steam engines? I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, I got way more power here than what I need. Way more steam. And yeah, the tree farm was great. Don't get me wrong. It was great to get biomass. It's great to get all this extra wood. I'm definitely not going to be burning these logs. Once I turn off the tree farm, these are going to be my supply for quite some time of wood. As you can see, all those alveary blocks require, quite a lot of wood. So I don't really want to have to chop down trees, and yeah. So I think that's where we're going to go. I am going to set up a bunch of the alvearies with the distilled, I was going to say oily, with the distilled bees. Let's see if I can slip away this rain, please. Ah, Corellis. Dang it. Okay. Let's see. Can I try one more time this thing? I don't really expect it'll work any differently, but it's kind of disappointing that I built this thing and it's not doing its job. Let me see if I can try it one more time. Let's put this rainmaker over here. Oh, where's the dissipation charge? Did I put those away? Oh, dang. Let me go grab those real quick. One more thing that I've noticed, or actually I guess you guys have told me, is that you can hold down control and with this advanced jetpack, and you can move super fast. So with the haste 3, you move kind of fast, but with control, like, you move really fast. So that's awesome. I've been using that quite a lot. The only drawback is that it does use a bit more power. Now, are you going to stop the rain? Rain, please stop. Dang it. Oh, it does work. Oh, I bet I know what was going on. I bet this does need a clear path to the sky. And I bet it wasn't working over here because of these wrath lamps. I bet that's exactly what the problem was. Okay, so now that I know that, I'm going to try that a few more times just to make sure it wasn't just coincidence that the rain stopped right there. But I'm guessing that was the problem, because apparently these wrath lamps, they produce like invisible blocks, like out about this far or something. You can't see them, but they're light blocks. And yeah, that does block, the direct path to the sky as far as some things are concerned. Okay, so that's good to know. The rainmaker and the dissipation charges do work. That's awesome. All right, guys, let's see. What do we got over here? Yes, let me also talk about this real quick. Okay, so the plan was originally that I was going to have 32 hives per hexagon, right? And this was going to be a supply of all of the different materials for each one of these hexagons. Each one was going to be a different type of bee. But now that we have the alvearies, I think we're going to go with a different design. I think I'm going to do 12 alvearies per hexagon. Once I get enough blocks, that is. It does require quite a lot for all those alvearies. But I think we're probably going to go like that. And I don't know for sure if I'm still going to do each different honeycomb or each different hexagon as its own type of bee. It might be half and half from now on. I'm going to have to see like how much each of these alvearies produce, because I don't want to be creating so much stuff that I can't use it. That would just be silly. But I do want to make, you know, a good amount of each different resource. So yeah, that's what the plan is now. I think what we can do is actually grab some of these alveary blocks and we can build one of these things and just kind of see how they work, just so you guys know. I don't know if you guys have seen this before or not, but let's grab some of these. We will grab... Oh, where is it? These guys. You need the slabs on top of the alvearies in order for them to actually work. These is a multi-block structure, so you do need them. Otherwise, they just won't turn into the alveary. Oh, the rain just started again? Oh, okay. Okay. We will fix it. There's this. There's this. Bam. Although there is a wrath lamp close, hopefully this kills the rain. Is it gonna work? Yes, it's working. Haha. Okay. So we put the alveary. We gotta put the blocks over these holes. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it one lower, so it's kind of flush with the ground, and there's only two above it, or if I'm gonna do it one above the ground like this. But basically, this is pretty simple to do. Where's my axe? Break that guy out. Yep. You just need to make a 3x3 of these guys. Like this. Okay, and then you can just kind of line the top of them with these half slabs. And once this is done... Oops. I don't know if that can be there or not. Let me remove that. Once this is done, there goes it updated. And we got the little holes. We can click on it, and now we can put bees in here. So yes, that is awesome. So like I said, I'm not sure if we're going to do it so it's like one block above the ground, or if we're going to do it so it's one block in the ground. I'm not sure what the pros and cons of each of these different designs is going to be. But I do want to set it up so these will be automatic. You can put in frame blocks in here to have frames automatically inserted when it needs them. So that's something else I need to look at, how to hook that up. Let's see, what else? I think that's pretty much it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small break here. I'm probably going to lay out a bunch of these alvearies, get some bees in there, and we can check them out and see how these things work. So give me a minute and we will be right back. Alright guys, so I've been doing a lot of stuff off camera here and doing some research. And yeah, in order to get those alvearies set up, we're going to want frames in them. And I was trying to figure out a good way to get the frames into the frame housings. Now, before what I've done in the past is I've set up item loops where I have a wooden pipe coming from a chest that one section connects into like wherever we're trying to insert the items into. And then the other part of that wooden pipe will loop back into the chest. It's kind of similar to what I had over at the tree farms. I don't think I'm doing that anymore, but when I first set those up, I was kind of doing that to keep mulch in the system all of the time. Just kind of like looping around. If there was a space, the mulch would go into the chest or into the tree farm. Otherwise, it would loop back into the barrel. It's really not a good way to do things. But what I found out is in the ultimate pack, using factorization, you can do what's called a router. And a router, if it's connected to a bunch of machines, like, you know, if you have a line of furnaces or something like that, if you stick the router on the end and all those furnaces are touching each other, you can insert items into any of those furnaces. So there's a lot of really cool stuff that we can do. So what I'm doing right here is I have a battery block, I have some furnace heaters, and I have a crystallizer. I have an inverium drop, I think. Inverium. I think that's how you pronounce it. Inverium drop, stone, and a bottle of water being crystallized. And this takes a very, very long time. I think I've been waiting here something like 5 minutes now. And I tried adding a second one of these furnace heaters or heater coils or whatever these are called to see if that would speed it up. And it doesn't really appear like it's speeding anything up. So that's too bad. But yep, we hooked this up so I could get a logic matrix. Now the logic matrix is used to make this router upgrade, a machine filter router upgrade. This is the router, and this is similar to, you know, like the barrel upgrade. You shift click it on there, and then it has this ability. So we need a redstone torch, some dark iron, a book, the logic matrix identifier, and I have a logic matrix. So how do we make a logic matrix identifier? We need a logic matrix programmer. My understanding is that these can only be found in dungeons, and we have quite a lot of them stored up right here. I mean, it's not a super lot amount of them, but we do have some. So I'm going to use one to create one of these. Let's see. I'm going to use one of those to create this logic matrix identifier to make this machine filter router upgrade. So we need the logic matrix, a spider eye, and a logic matrix programmer. So I have the logic matrix programmer, the logic matrix, and in fact, I don't have the spider eye. So let's just go fly over to the witch farm real quick. Hey, zombie. Just come over here. This won't take too long. Grab that guy. We'll just grab one. We will pass by the zombie, hit him. And let's go craft this logic matrix identifier. Is that what it was called? Okay, so we need one of these, one of those, and this guy. Logic matrix identifier. Hopefully this is worth it. Oh, and we keep the logic matrix programmer. I didn't know that. I thought we'd be using this. That is interesting. Okay. Good to know. Okay. So we have the logic matrix identifier, and we need some silver, dark iron, a book, and a redstone torch. I know we got silver right here. So there's some silver. I can make a redstone torch, no problem. And what was the other thing? We needed a book. I don't think we have a book here, but I do have books over at my B area from when I've been going over to the different MISCraft ages. So let's fly over here really fast and grab one of those guys. Yeah, here we go. There's a book. All right. So let's go ahead and go back. We need to still continue to work over at our base area there. We got a few more things to craft for what I want to do. And as you can see here, I got a few of these ALVEARY set up by now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 full ones, and we got 2 partial blocks there. So yeah, this is coming along pretty nicely. It's still going to take quite a while for me to get everything going that I need. Okay, so if we come over here and we do this guy and we shift click this, we can now make our router upgrade. Awesome. So now we're going to make a router. This guy is just 6 dark iron, an ender pearl, eye of ender, and an egg. I don't know why the egg. That seems like a really weird item. So we have the egg, we have the eye of ender, and the ender pearl. We should be good. Let's make one of these bad boys. Okay, so we got the router and the router upgrade, the machine filter. Awesome. Right. So now there's a few more things that I want to make. I'm going to make a stack of buffers, and I'm going to make... Oh, I need to make a stack of pistons. Let's make some pistons. We're just gonna make these regular guys. Oh, what am I missing? Do I not? I don't have the iron on me. That's what I'm missing. Let's get the iron. Okay, so we'll make the stack of pistons. Half a stack of pistons. I am missing some cobblestone. I guess I need 2 more stacks of cobblestone. I thought I had everything ready to go. Yeah, I thought I had all the items in my inventory, but I guess I didn't. Okay, so we take the stack of pistons and we stick it in here, and now we can make a stack of transposers, right? And oh, I guess I had the pistons already set up over here. Derp. Okay, so I wanted to make a stack of routers. No, is it? No, not routers. It is called a... Oh, what is it called? Not a transposer. Filter? Oh, man. I'm having like the worst brain fart right now. Red power. Machines. Item transfer. Regulator, retriever, item detector, filter, transposer, deployer. No, none of these. Not filter. Assembler, ejector. Relay! That's what we want. Relay. Yes, this guy. And that is 2 stacks of cobblestone red doped wafers, some wood, and both of those guys. So let me steal back this cobblestone. I think I need that. In fact, let's just take all this stuff out of here. Okay, and then we wanted transposers, buffers, cobblestone, red doped wafers. And what was the other thing? Just wood. Wood. Here, 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 and here. Awesome. Okay, so now we got a stack of relays. That's what I was trying to make. So we got the relays, the router upgrades, some disk drives, some pneumatic tubing, and a whole bunch of other random assorted stuff. Okay, so what I want to do is head over to the alvearies and see if we can try and hook something up and see if we can get these guys going. Okay, so right over here. Right, so we need to hook up the router right there. And then we need to put the machine filter on this guy. Shift click that on there. Did that not work? Oh, it did. Okay. So we want all machines in network. We want to visit them all. We want to insert. Oh no, we don't want to do all of the machines. We want to do, is it Tile Extra B's alveary? I can't remember. We put one guy in here, what happens? Let's just stuck it in here. Maybe like this. Where'd that go? Oh, did it put it in here? No? Well, where'd... Extract. Oh, it can even see the Rainmaker, but that's not attached to anything. Huh, that's weird. So where did that item go that I just stuck in there? That's weird. Okay, so if we go... I'm pretty sure it's this. Actually, let me see. I think I need to go grab some frames. I should have some frames on me so we can test this out properly. Let's do that. I got... Oh, no, I guess I can use the frames that are right up here. Let's just grab some of these chocolate frames. That'll be fine. Yeah, these routers are supposed to be able to put items into pretty much any inventory slot of any machine it's connected to. So we want to insert this. So that just went away. Okay, so it's right in here. That's what we want. Okay, great. So what we can do now is if we need to have these guys connected, and unfortunately you can't put the alvearies right next to each other because the way multi-block structures are. If they're touching, neither one of these will be an alveary. So you need at least 1 block space between them, but I have 2 block spaces just to keep the pattern that I want. But what we need to do is put something that has an inventory between each of these alvearies, and that way they're now considered part of the same item network. Now, unfortunately, I'm using disk drives to do this, which I guess they don't look too bad from the top. We could probably do some kind of pattern, maybe a walkway with these things. That shouldn't be a problem. But what's cool is we can put this other chocolate frame. I guess that would be just the one right here. But if we put the second one in here, it should go over into this guy. There it is. So that is pretty awesome. Now, if we connect all these alvearies up, and we don't have to do it crazy, we can just do like a disk drive here and here, and this one's now connected. So if I take this out, I don't know which one's going to go into. It might be random, but let's find out. If we stick it here, it went into one of them. Is it this one? No. Is it this one? Yes. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe if I stick a piece of lead in one of these, it'll go over there just so we can see. Did it go over here? Nope. Nope. Where did that lead go? Did it just disappear? Is that the second item that I've lost now? Oh, dang it. I wonder, can I break this thing? Do I get those items back? How do I break the router? I don't even know. See, so we got the router and the upgrade back, but I have lost those pieces of lead. I don't know what happened to them. That's pretty weird. Okay, so we're going to extract. Insert. We are going to insert into all machines. No, we just want the tile extra bees alveary, just the machine or these frame housings. Okay, so now we have 3 of these connected. This is pretty much what we want. But what we need to do is hook a route or a relay into this guy. So, where do I want to stick the relay? I guess I could do it like this. Although, I would have to actually point it at the item. Let's break this. Can I point it from down here? Whoops. Shift. Yeah, just like that. I think... Is that right? I can't remember. Let's take one of these frames and let's stick it in the relay and see if it goes anywhere. So I put it in there and... Yep, it's back in this one. And still nothing over here. Okay. So we have the relay. The relay feeds into the router feeds into all the connected alvearies. So I'm going to have to run like these computers, or I'm sorry, these disk drives or something that has an inventory between all of these guys. And they can all be fed by this one router, which is awesome. And actually, this router doesn't even need to be touching this frame housing. I could stick it over here, I think. So it could be more out of the way. Yeah, so now that we have this relay feeding into here, we need something to feed into the relay. And this is the part where I'm not sure what I should do to feed items into this relay. I was thinking maybe we could put a hopper or something and have hoppers going into this thing. We could do, that item loop thing like I was doing before for these. Let's see, what else could we do? Just so you guys can see the item loop thing. I don't know, I'm sure I've shown this before, but I kind of set up an item loop thing right here where the frames, or I guess this gate, when the inventory is empty, it does the energy pulse. So it would pull out of this chest, go down, and it has a 50-50 chance of going either way. So one frame would go into here. As soon as this is full, all the other ones would just redirect back this way up and back into the chest. We could do something similar to this on the relay, but I don't know if I really want to do that. And that's kind of the things that I've been struggling with. I've been playing around with this in creative mode a little bit. And yeah, I kind of got this working with the router and the relay attached to the router. The relay just inserts one frame into here, and then this, provides the frames to all these other alvearies. But as far as getting the frames into this guy, this is where I am kind of stuck at. Okay, but what I wanted to do, why I made all of these other relays, is I'm going to connect all of these alvearies up to a red power pneumatic tube network. And all of the items are going to come out, go into barrels or into our sorting system somewhere. But we're going to do it with the red power pneumatic tubes from now on, instead of using the BuildCraft tubes like I have been doing. So that is just a small change there. I don't know why that dirt's there. But yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. I need to think about what we're going to do as far as connecting all these things up. If I want to use these disk drives or something else, I could use chests in place of these. I could use furnaces or pretty much anything with an inventory. Yep. I wish I could get these things going today. But unfortunately, yeah, this is something that I'm not familiar with, brand new territory for me, so I'm definitely going to have to think about it and figure out what I want to do. If you guys know of a good way to do this, or, have done it before, yeah, leave me a picture or something in the comments. Let me know how to do it, maybe a video response. But yeah, I think that's going to go ahead and do it for today's episode, guys. Sorry we didn't get this all finished today. But yeah, this is kind of complicated stuff. I've been playing with a lot of new mods. Not really sure what I'm doing. I'm pretty much have BuildCraft all figured out using the regular pipes and things. But this, yeah, brand new stuff. Relays and routers and all of this. Alright, guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and end it here. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.